Behind the scenes of making a candle. The number one thing is to figure out what type of wax you're going to use and how you're going to melt your wax. I have a wax melt machine that I use that holds 8 lbs of wax, and you can find it on Amazon if you're looking for it. But as you see, it's already warm, so all I gotta do is just pour. Number 2, figure out what kind of jars you're gonna use. I tend to set my jars up in a warm area, so when I pour my wax, it helps the jars and it helps the wax not to separate. And the jars that I'm using are 9-ounce straight jars. And you could typically find these on Candle Science, Flaming Candles, or any candle vendor. This is the very important part, is finding out which wicks match with your jars. So this typically you would have to do a lot of testing to find out the perfect wick to use per jar. If you would like more about that, just put it in the comments. But I have been in business for over 5 years, so I know which wicks I use for my jars. And you can normally find your wicks, like if you're looking for wicks, you can find them on Amazon, you can find them on Candle Science, the Flaming Candles, or you can find it for any typical candle vendor. They have wicks, it's just matching them to the jars to make sure they burn evenly. Now, they tell you to stir for 2 minutes. I found the perfect tool where I do not have to stir my wax and my fragrance for 2 minutes. If you would like more, comment in the comments and I will tell you. But I got it from Amazon. Now it's time to pour your wax into your jars. Now, the tool that I'm using, don't sit up here and laugh at me, but it works for me and most candle people that's in the streets. Pancake batter dispenser. You could find this on Amazon, but most people that make candles, this is the tool that we're using. It allows us to not make a mess. It allows us to make sure it goes directly into that jar and not making a mess. It's the key point. You do not want to waste any of your product. So I didn't tell y'all how I get my wicks to stick to my jar. It's a sticker that we use on the bottom of our wicks that you could purchase off of Amazon. It comes in batches of hundreds, so you never run out. And the goal is to continue to pour it into your jars. And then the next process after this, you got to make sure your wicks is centered. The wicks being centered, it aligns with making sure it burns evenly. If that wick is not centered, your candle is not going to burn evenly. And that's where a lot of people go wrong too. A trick that I use is my ceiling fan that's in my kitchen. It allows the candle to cool down quicker. Last important part, double check to make sure the candles are smooth on the top. Very important part, to place the lid on, let the candle cure for 2 weeks.